Phantom Liberty was supposed to be the last major update. Then 2.1 showed up, and now we are in 2.3. They can't stop cooking. Hi everyone, it's Alex. Cyberpunk 2077 Update 2.3 dropped on July 16th, and it's available on PC, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, and even macOS with Apple Silicon, which got the game and the update on the same day. I was planning to jump straight into a full recap when this dropped, but I had to prioritize the new vehicles. Almost every vehicle unlocks through a quest, with some subtle references and connections that only the most passionate fans will catch. So, if you want to see the full quests, or just find out how to unlock these cars, go check them later. Or now, but please come back after. As I said, we got 4 new cars in this update. The Yaiba ARV Q140 Semimaru, the Rayfield Caliburn Mordred, the Yaiba ASM R250 Muramasa, and finally, the Chevillon Legatus 450 Aquila. For this one, you don't need to unlock it through a quest, you can just buy it from the auto fixer for the price of 55k ADs. This is one of only 2 weaponized vehicles in the update with the Caliburn, and when you look at it, you understand why. If you're the kind of person who likes running with the NCPD, I totally recommend it. The Autodrive Mode is a big addition in the game. You can now activate Autodrive on any player-owned vehicle. Just hop in, make sure you're on a street, and hold G on PC or left stick on console. Your car will then cruise to your planned map marker or just wander around Night City if you got no destination. I noticed a small bug where, in first person view, the jacket clips through the camera. I tried changing the FOV or removing the jacket, but it didn't fix the issue. It seems to be related to vehicles, and of course, I haven't noticed this bug on the ones recently added in the update. It's not too distracting as long as you don't stay in first person for too long. There is even a new cinematic camera mode that works with the auto drive. Hit Q or whatever input you have on PC, or D-pad right on console to enable it. For people like me who love cruising around the city, I think this feature is the best addition in the update. Sure, some people might not love it, but if you like sucking up the views, it's really great. Speaking of self-driving rides, CDPR didn't stop at just putting autodrive in your own vehicles. Once you finish the Don't Lose Your Mind quest, you can also call up a fully autonomous Delamain Cab to take you wherever you need to go. You'll get this message when the feature becomes available for you. To call it up, just go to the same spot where you summon your vehicles, and when you enter the cab, just set a marker and Delamain will take you straight there. For some reason, when I tested this, Delamain kicked me out of the car twice, and even though I was perfectly on the road. But after calling him again from a different spot, it worked perfectly. So you can totally enjoy the cinematic view, but if you pay early, you still gotta pay the full price. Yeah, Delamain's a bit of a cheapskate. And I don't think you can use weapons or skip the ride while in the vehicle. Would be cool additions for the future. Even more vehicles can now be customized with CrystalCoat. And there is even a new alternative, explained in the lore by the infamous hacker known as Cosmetic Troll for cheaper vehicles. However, it's noted that most heavily modified Nomad vehicles and certain mission-specific vehicles don't support CrystalCoat. I don't know what you think about this feature. Personally, I don't use CrystalCoat that much. I kinda like keeping the car in its vanilla look. But I still think it's super cool that some vehicles get unique paint jobs. By the way, if you want to know which vehicle support CrystalCoat, just check the icon when you summon them. There is a little sprint paint logo in the top right corner of the car. They also fixed some bugs with unique color schemes not working properly on the Mizutani Shion MZ1 and MZ2, as well as the Villefort De Leon Vindicator. I've tested these cars and indeed they worked perfectly now. Photo mode also got an upgrade, and not a small one. There are 27 new NPCs in the photo mode, including side characters like Dum Dum, the Castle Twins, the Iguana, and the Goat, Brandon. You can change outfits, make the NPC look at the camera with just their eye or the entire body. I noticed that some options aren't available while you are in a car, like changing outfits, so you'll want to plan ahead before taking your screenshots. One of the biggest additions of the photo mode, and maybe the most important in my opinion, is a confirmation pop-up when you exit the photo mode. Honestly, I can't tell you how many times I've hit back by mistake. There is also new stickers, frames, backgrounds, filters, lightning presets. It's a full creative suite now. I'm really not the best at this, so I just scratched the surface, but there is a ton to mess around with if you know what you're doing. There were quite a few mods on PC that improved photo mode, AMM in particular, but now everyone can access those features on any platforms, and that's super cool. By the way, there is a new photo contest going on. I'll drop the link in the description. If you're better at this stuff than me, go for it. The game now automatically detects if you're using inverted mouse buttons and adjusts the prompts for you, which is a nice quality of life fix. There is also a new option to toggle aiming down sights in the control settings, just right here. There are also some fixes for quests that weren't working quite right, like objectives probably disappearing from the journal, quest messages showing up when they should, and some annoying bugs with items and elevator buttons being fixed. There's a bunch of gameplay fixes too, like fixing a weird bug where, on controller, your character would shoot upwards instead of forwards in Trauma Drama. You can now drop more cyberware capacity charge if you missed a sum before, and automatic weapons fire at the right speed again. Also, the official Borges tag vest now drops correctly from the airdrop. They fixed a perk bug with the level 60 engineer that triggered EMP blasts outside of combat, though I'm not level 60 yet, so I couldn't test that one myself. And there is a new option to replay the tutorial anytime in the control settings, but I don't know why this option was grayed out for me. Tell me if you're able to try it, I'm curious. A pretty funny addition in this update is that Johnny can randomly show up in your car since update 2.2, but now you can just tell him to get lost and he'll disappear for a good while. All you have to do is look at him in first person and you'll get a dialogue option to either tell him to get lost or let him stay in the car. It's pretty random. One time I had to stare down with him for a solid minute and nothing happened, but then other times the prompt shows up instantly. So I'm not really sure how it works, but it definitely seems pretty unpredictable, just like Johnny. There are also some audio fixes, like stopping this radio port from randomly cutting out when nearby NPCs use theirs, and balancing the volume of some songs so they don't play too loud. HDR settings got improved. There is now a proper calibration preview and clearer explanations for things like tone mapping midpoints. I'm trusting them on this one since I can't really test it myself. Plus, they fixed very real visual glitches like missing or clipping textures and sorted out some locations issues across different languages. Now, for the PC specific updates, there is a bunch of new tech support like AMD FSR4 finally available if you have an AMD graphic card. AMD Frame Generation 3.1 is also available for compatible hardwares. Intel also got something with the XeSS 2.0 and XeSS Frame Generation. The HDR10 Plus gaming for compatible GPUs is also supported now. They also fixed some DLSS preset issues and improved tooltips to help you pick the best settings. If you're using DLSS, I recommend you the Transformer model. It looks much better in my opinion, with the ghosting effect being too much present in the CNN model. On the quality of life side, you can now move your mouse cursor between display in windowed borderless mode, and the max save size has been increased from 12 to 15 megabytes. Plus, if you're using the Stun Jog perk, you can now rebind the key to jump out of vehicles. And finally, for consoles, they added VRR support on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS, which will make the game run smoother. They also fixed an issue where foliage didn't properly react to weather on PS5. I saw some footage from Digital Foundry about the implementation of VR, and it looks really good. Another big win in this update. So yeah, update 2.3 might not have the scale of Phantom Liberty, but it's a really cool one. New vehicles, new features, improved photo mode, customization tools. We got a lot for a 4-year-old game. And the craziest part, I don't think we're done with updates yet. Don't be surprised if we see a 3.0 coming down the line. They just can't stop cooking. Like I said earlier, if you want detailed breakdowns for the new cores and quests, check the videos linked at the end. Otherwise, smash the like, sub if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.